Political scientists stress three basic factors in understanding how citizens will vote in any election. First, citizens may base their vote on political party affiliation. Put simply, you will vote for a candidate, such as Jeb Bush, because he's a Republican. Secondly, voters are likely to view personality or character as being most important. Let's face it, there will be millions of people who are going to vote for a candidate because they believe that he or she understands people like them, or because the candidate's message appeals to their attitudes and their interests. And lastly, but certainly not least, voters may gravitate towards a candidate's stand on the issues regardless of personality or party. These are very complex voters who tend to be independent. Prospective voters believe elections provide people with real choices and alternatives and tend to be very rational and pre-thought decision makers. They identify with candidates that they perceive as sharing the same values and positions on the issues as themselves and tend to be very rational thinkers who have researched the candidates very carefully. These voters presume that each party is a cohesive and unified organization that takes clear policy positions, with the result being that the winning party will do exactly what it promised. A retrospective voter assumes that voters make reflective judgments about how well incumbents have performed while in office. In effect, citizens will reward incumbents with their vote if they believe that he or she was successful in office, and they will vote for an incumbent candidate if they believe that he has performed well in office, or they will punish the same candidate if they believe that they made things worse. But retrospective voters will only punish a candidate in their chosen party by voting for his opponent from the other party if they believe that the other party presents a stronger and more legitimate alternative to their own party's candidate. This is called crossover voting. Median voters prefer that both political parties move towards the center of the political spectrum. This approach calls for both parties to compete for votes by taking the most popular positions that they can, thereby moderating themselves based on popular opinion. But in doing so, both parties are likely to support the same policies, which are those that are favored by most people, leaving the voter with very few clear choices between the candidates. The key idea is that both parties competing for votes will tend to take policy stands that are near the medium or the middle of public opinion. Whatever the model of decision-making that a rational voter follows, the most important factor for voting is the desire to come to the voting booth with a well-researched understanding of the candidates and their position on the issues, and that the voter votes for the candidate that he or she perceives as meeting the issues that they believe in.